Blessed be. Mm. I just woke up and I have a vent or a rant on my mind, so I'm going to try to be quick with it. Try not to bore you with too many details, but let me just say this. I'm so sick, and let me be a mouthy woman for right now. I'm so, so, so tired of hearing how women need to watch their mouth, especially black women. That we're angry and that we're this and that we're that. The funny thing is that nobody minds when we're angry, when we're or when we're mouthy, when we're getting things done, like when we're the advocates for everything under the sun, black children, black men, black affairs, black issues. Nobody's mad when we have mouths then. Nobody's mad that when we're on the front lines of our homes, as single parents or as families, as the breadwinners and bread earners of many of our homes now. Nobody has a problem with that. When we're out there throwing fists to protect black men and black children, no one has a problem with our mouth, you know? It's only when women tend to take up for themselves that it's a problem. It's only when women decide to point out the issues that they have with their mates or their children or the society, when it's about how they're being treated, that it's a problem. Let me just say this. If you want a docile and timid and meek woman who doesn't have her own voice, there are plenty of them out there. But please stop with the antagonization of women who know who they are, who own their own sexuality, who have autonomy, who understand that they are powerful in this universe and that they have every right to breathe and think on their own, that they don't have to be in a kitchen, or they don't have to be a mother, or they don't have to be a wife to be okay. And then we're called wild women, that's one term for it, or just all this stupidity. It's, these concepts that you guys have of women are going to continuously be torn down in the last days as the feminists. And when I say last days, not the last days of living, but the last days of this year, as the feminine power and energy continues to rise, as the cosmic energy and surges continue to come through, and the shifts on our paradigm of what we think relationships should be, what we think men and women should be, continuously change. Only people who are insecure would need to water someone else down, Only people who have issues with self-acceptance would need to water themselves down. And the unfortunate thing is that other women have for so many years held other women hostage because they were held hostage. So it's like, if I'm going to be stuck in this house being a mother and a wife when I might not really want to be, or going to church and praying, you're going to be stuck in the house going to church and praying too. You're going to cover your head too, you harlot. It's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous how much, and you can see the gender issues or the oppression of women when you even just look at even in the recent killings of women, how it's just, well, it happened. It's the same thing with rape. It's the same thing with molestation. It's kind of like, it happens, And it's sickening to me. I just need to say that. It's just sickening to me. I am a loud-mouthed, neck-rolling woman. I don't always roll my neck, but, if I feel like it, I will. Oh, let me stop. But why is that? And why is it okay when other cultures do it? When a black woman does it, she's angry and bitter. And if any woman on this planet has a right to be angry and bitter, I would say black women may have a very good reason to be angry and bitter. And I won't even go into all the reasons why, because I think we all know them. Ultimately, all women have a right to have their voice. They have a right to speak and think what they want to speak. They have a right to wear their hair covered or uncovered. They have a right to be naked and show their body if they want to. And every woman who shows her body isn't trying to get attention. She may just be trying to make a point that her body is her own, and if she wants to show it, damn it, she can. Because for so many years, mostly all her life, she's been told, close your legs, don't do that, don't touch there, don't let anybody touch there, and how she needs to treat herself. And then she gets into relationships with men that she loves who don't know how to treat her body because they don't know how to treat her body, their own body, and so she doesn't really get any freedom in sexual expression, because if she does one move too many, he wants to know where she's learned it from or who she's learned it from. When, you know, intuition, I mean, I didn't have to read the Kama Sutra to know how to bend over. I'm just saying. I tickle myself. But I'm just saying, you know, I mean, you know, especially if you are intuitive, I mean, you connect with a person, you kind of feel where your legs should go. I remember the first time I had sex. True story. I'm just going to share right now because I'm all balls to the wall. I'm totally naked right now. For all you nasty people, that's not to give you, you know, I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do anyway. But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm in a very liberated, free state of being right now. So, anyway, the first time I had sex with an older man. And I figured that he would teach me, you know, like, you know, move. He didn't tell me anything to do. Nothing. He assumed that I was not a virgin, that I already knew what to do, he said. I don't know. So, he gets inside of me and he's moving around and he doesn't say anything, so I just start moving on my own. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not going to get any kind of coaching. And he came very fast, like as soon as I started moving. Maybe that's why he didn't tell me to move around, because maybe he didn't know how to handle movement. But anyway, so let me try to say, you know, I can just get all over the place. And so he didn't tell me what to do, but as soon as it was over, I was like, I think we need to do that again. I don't know that we did that right. And my point being was, like, I had just gotten into my rhythm of trying to move. He was already done, and I remember walking away from that impression my first time having sex, thinking I would rather be fingered than fucked. And I think a lot of women probably feel like that, because when a person is trying to get them aroused, they spend more time, you know, playing with her clitoris and things of that nature to get her wet, to get her ready. It's more stimulation than most. Well, I won't say most men, because I don't know, I haven't been with most men, but from what I hear from a lot of women in a lot of sexual situations, we're not being pleased. And we're kind of taught that we don't even need to be pleased, you know. And when you learn how to please yourself, women, and I'm really into the sexual liberation of women exploring their own bodies and understanding how to touch, when to touch themselves, because the more you know how to love yourself and feel yourself, you'll know how to work with your partner to have a better experience, and also show him how and when and where to touch you, which a lot of men can't handle, being told how and where to touch a woman, because then they feel, you know, some kind of way about it, when we're all adults and we all need to learn how to touch and feel and touch each other. And they don't have no problem saying they want to bring another woman in the room or put on a porn video, but if you say, baby, you know, when you do it like that, it's still dry, it doesn't feel good. Oh, and we love you, men, and we're not mad that you're emotional. We like that you're emotional. We just wish that you would understand that you're more emotional than you give yourself credit for, so that we can go ahead and get to the healing processes that we need to get to, so that we can function as mature beings with one another and really come together with honesty and clarity about what we're doing and not doing, and how we're feeling and not feeling, so that you don't have to put an aggressive nature on to hide your fear, or to hide your confusion, or to hide your shame or your guilt, or whatever the case may be. But that's just me just throwing that out, because that's not what this video is about. It's about women power. But anyway, so what I was saying is, yeah, so even that, like, our own bodies have not been our own for so long. We're told that we can't show our breasts. Men get to walk around with their chests out all the time. Every woman who, it's not our fault that you sexualize our breasts. It's not our fault that as soon as you see a nipple, your dick get hard. We don't have anything to do with that. You need to learn how to see the woman's body for more than just something to pounce on and stick your dick in. And if you did that, then you wouldn't have an issue with us being naked. And then you would be happy, because then you get to see breasts whenever you wanted to, and then you would learn some self-control, and then you would learn that it's just more, she's more than a sexual being. You know, it's funny, I did this really powerful post on being a wild woman, and I think the only reason why it really got the most likes that it got was because I actually was in it, like hiding behind a tree. You couldn't see my full nakedness, but you knew some nakedness was there. And you know, it's just like, and that's good, because I do want to liberate women to be free with themselves and to love and appreciate their bodies as they are. I don't want them to wait till they lose another 5 pounds or 10 pounds, because see, women are always told that she's got to wait till she pleases her husband, she's got to wait till she feeds her kids, you know, she's the last one to eat, she's the last one to sleep. And now we don't mind doing that, because when we love you, we'll be the last one to sleep and the last one to eat. But there has to be a balance where women begin to own who they are, and that they have their own personalities and their own desires, and they're allowed to breathe and think on their own, you know? Ugh. So with that being said, even in our sexuality, like our first touches are usually bad touches, and then we get into relationships and get rough touches from, you know, men who are trying to live out porn flick fantasies instead of love fantasies, because they don't equate love with sex. I mean, this is like 17 different videos that I could be doing. How to move from porn sex to connective sex. How to not just be a pleaser. Women, you are meant to be able to be satisfied when you are in a sexual experience, that you do not have to forego your sexual pleasure just to have a mate or any pleasure. And that's another thing. I'm going to say this really quick. And just because you find a woman attractive, or you're courting her, or you're dating her, or you're good to her, which you should be, because that's a honorable, or well, I won't even say you should be, because you can be whatever you want to be. But if you value yourself, you value the people around you, then you honor the people that you're around. But a woman is not indebted to you because you like her, or you care about her, or you find her attractive. No more than any man has ever been indebted to women who have loved him, I'm about to tear up about that, and found him attractive. How many women have wanted a man who wasn't ready to settle down? And that's acceptable, but it's almost like understood that if it's a caveman mentality. I like you, I'm going to hit you over the head, you come home with me. No. No and no. I don't have anything to do with what's going on in your pants or your mind. That's your stuff. And if you communicate with me and I like you and I decide to share my presence with you, that's my right. But I don't owe you my presence because you think I'm a pretty girl. I even heard a brother, I didn't hear him, he wrote on the thing, well, you know, women try to entice men, and that's not right. So when she puts on her sundress and she leaves the house, she's trying to entice you. Honestly, I spend a lot of time by my home, on my own and by myself. I really dress for myself. I can honestly say that. I almost get offended when someone says, your hair looks nice. And not because I don't like compliments. Compliments are wonderful. What woman or man don't like compliments? Great, yay, thank you. But sometimes, like, I didn't do my hair for you. And sometimes that's what it feels like. Well, like, you know, your hair looks nice. Like, I made the approval. So, you know, I wear my hair how I want to. Like today, I woke up. This is me just waking up. I ain't brushed my teeth. I ain't washed my face. My hair, this is from last night. I don't care. I'm me. And you love me or you don't. But I'm just saying, like, we don't owe you our beauty. Our beauty is a gift to the world, and it's a gift to ourselves first. And if you're attracted, that's beautiful. We appreciate it. And don't take it harsh, because how many women have you been attracted to that you didn't, that have been attracted to you that you didn't want? And you felt like it was your right to say, I want to wait. I don't want to be in a relationship right now. I want to have fun, or whatever it is you decided that you wanted to do as a male. I just think that there's this understood suppression of the woman energy, of female energy. And I want to say this, I'm not a lady. I don't want to be a lady. I burp, I fart, I cuss if I want to. I don't always clean up behind myself. I can be messy. I don't want to be a lady. Your expectations of a lady is someone who is docile and timid, who follows popular societal norms in agreement with patriarchal stipulations. That's not me. I'm not a lady. I don't even want to be a lady anymore. At all. Like, it feels like I'd rather you call me a bitch than a lady. And I mean that, because at least a bitch thinks for herself. Shit. Oh, did I say that out loud? I did. I shock myself sometimes. Yeah, I don't wanna be a lady. Y'all can keep that. But I said that all to say, quit telling women they need to watch their mouth and shut up, because we don't. As a matter of fact, if men listened more, and if sisters listened to themselves more, this world would be in a much better state. It is the issue that a whole bunch of aggressive, not in touch with their emotions men are trying to prove that their dick is bigger than the last person's dick, because everything has been made sexual and power is equated to sex. That's why it's a very big rape culture, because rape has nothing to do with sex but power, and that's something that we need to understand about that. Now I'm going to finish this video because I'm moving my head now, and I've said all I had to say about that. But women do not need to watch their mouth. I'm sorry. And if we don't want to put on clothes, we don't have to put on clothes. And that doesn't make us naturally a whore or mean that we want to be, effed by some man. As a matter of fact, probably some of the most naked women are well, I can't say that. I don't know. I know what I do and why I do. Everything I do has multi-dimensional purposes and points. I never do anything really from one angle. I'm usually, as this video constitutes and shows, I hit many points at one time. So everything I do has multiple reasons and purposes for why I did it. But no woman deserves to be beat or hit or killed because she has a mouth or she cusses. Are you kidding me? That means she's less. She should be. I remember this one dude who was on my page, because I'm 16 minutes in, I'm gonna shut up. But I remember this one dude who was on my page who was really like a male chauvinist for real, very misogynistic, and he had this thing that, like, if you were a successful woman, your success should be like a hobby. Like, you shouldn't take pride in your work. Your pride is in your husband and your children, or your husband. And then y'all get mad when women are crazy and they don't want you around nobody else, and they end up on Snap and kill you and the new woman you got. You cannot expect a woman to build her life around you and then treat her any kind of way, or go out and cheat on her and then not expect her to be a little loopy. So you should want her to have more than a hobby, a life, a life that makes her be able to better accommodate your life, because she's not so wrapped up. You want to be with the boys and you want to play your video games. These are the arguments I hear. You want these things? Let her have a life. And make good love to her. Don't just hump her and get on top of her. Stimulate her. Read a book about how to stimulate her. And don't just do porn sex with her all the time. She doesn't always want to be aggressively screwed. Maybe sometimes she does want to be choked. I don't know. I'm not against being choked. Hey, whatever. Yay, choke. It's not all bad. But but I don't want to be choked every day. No, and love her, romance her, find 100 ways, dedicate her favorite song. All the old music told y'all how to love us. I don't know how y'all done got so far into this crazy stuff. Even the rappers be like, you can get whatever you like. They always talk about spending money on their women. It's only these dudes who's struggling with their manhood and their mentality they got a problem with looking out for their woman and taking care of their woman. And how you want to control her when you can't even financially take care of her? Don't even get me started on that. But that's just another thing. If she got to take care of herself, you definitely shouldn't be trying to be the head, because that head stuff. As the head leads and guides, protects and provides, since y'all want to stay on that, then you need to be coming with some dollars, period. And that's just how I feel about that too. And I may lose some fans by this. This may not be high enough for y'all, but I'm just saying what I feel, and this is a vent and a rant, and I still love you, and I'm still my cosmic citizen self, and it's a shame that I even would have to stipulate that at the end of the video, talking about some stuff that we all know to be true. But a woman is always supposed to sacrifice whatever she wants. So what? He can't do anything for you but give you some good sex. And maybe he can't even give you some good sex, but at least you got a man. You're not by yourself. Really? It's headaches that come with that stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But everything is work. So, work on stuff that's worth your investment, worth your time, worth your energy. And don't make promises that you can't keep. And she don't owe you to keep her mouth shut. I'm a mouthy girl. I'm a mouthy, uppity sister. For that other chick that talked that. But anyway, I'm about to go left again. Just let us be who we are. And if she's not the woman for you, leave her alone. Don't disrespect her. Because at the end of the day, it'll be that woman with that mouth that's going to make all the difference in your life in this world. And that's the facts. Peace.